I see your belly. Hi there, friends. It's Alisani here, the flight attendant, and I am here to put my makeup on. And on my eyes, I'm going to do a greenish, tealish look. So I think you'll like that. I'm going to go through the whole routine like I usually do. At the end of this video, stay tuned because I am going to critique 3 items that I feel are great for flight attendants and other people who travel often as well. So I'm going to critique these 3 items. I'll let you know if I personally use them and why or why not I think that they are good items to have as part of your travel items. I said items a lot, didn't I? All right, so first, let's get started. I'm going to do my face. I already cleaned my face with the gel cleanser, so I'm just gonna go straight to the acne cream that I usually use. So this is just a medicated acne cream that I get as prescription, as I had to start using it when I started breaking out as a result of wearing the masks. My face was very bubbly like a teenager, and it was gross. And this really helps. I still have a little bit of breakout, but not nearly as much as I did. So this is good. If you're having a problem with the mask causing you to break out, talk to your doctor. Even if you go to a CVS Minute Clinic, which is actually what I went to, they can prescribe this to you. And with many insurances, it will be free. It was free for me. Okay, so I got my acne cream on. And now I'm gonna go straight to my primer, which I typically wear the Revlon Photoready primer. I got a new light, so it makes all this look great, but it doesn't necessarily make reading this good. But this is just a Revlon photo primer that I use. I believe it's under 10 bucks at the drugstore. And I use it instead of using what I used to use, which was the Benefits primer that cost $30. To me, this works just as good, and it's under $10, so I'm all for saving the money. Actually, I think the last time I ordered it, I actually ordered it on Amazon, and it was like under, I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correctly, it was under $6, right, from Amazon, if you have Amazon Prime, so free shipping. Because it was such a good deal, I went ahead and ordered 4 of them, because I know I'll use them. Okay, so I got my primer on. Okay, so now that I got that on, I'm gonna go ahead and do my base foundation. Actually, I take that back. I'm gonna do something a little different this time. I'm gonna do my eyes first. I do my eyes first sometime, but out of habit, I revert back to put my foundation on first. But I'm gonna do my eyes first, just something different where you can see the difference. The nice thing about doing your eyes first, you're gonna fix any type of mistakes automatically with the, you know, when you put on your foundation. So what this is a eyeshadow primer, and it is by Wet n Wild. Very inexpensive, very effective. Just coat the eye or the whole eye or whatever part you think you're gonna put makeup on. It doesn't hurt to coat the whole eye. So even if you don't put the makeup on the whole lid. Okay, get it into my creases. Okay, I did that. Now I'm gonna do the eyeshadow base. This is by NYX. NYX, and I'm sorry, I got lights everywhere here. And you can see how bright the lights look, and I have to tell you, I live in Florida, and right now it is cloudy and rainy outside, so these lights really are doing a great job. But this is the NYX eyeshadow base. that I really like using. But if you don't, if let's say you don't have what I just did, the primer and the eyeshadow base, you can just use concealer, like this type of concealer. That would be just fine. Okay, so I like to put the eyeshadow base on with this flat brush. I just coat the whole thing, just like I did the primer. I've never tried one or the other. I'm sure you can give it a go, because obviously the less products you have to use to get the look you're going for, the better. So if you don't have to use both, don't feel like you have to buy an extra product. Right here on the second coat. Oh, how do you like my short hairdo? My husband just cut it for me. Usually I wear my hair wraps, but I'm still trying to break that habit of the smacking sound. You know what I'm talking about. That's annoying to most people, including myself. So hopefully I'm doing it less than I usually do. Now, one reason why I might be doing it even more is because, as I mentioned in my previous video, I did have some gum surgery. And so I can feel things. And so anywho, trying to break the habit, so. Self-awareness is the key, they say. Since I'm aware that I do it, I can hopefully change this habit so I don't annoy the few of you who may watch this. Me being one of the few. All right, so got that base on nice and good. I like that. So now I'm going to start with the with my eyeshadow. So for the liquids, I love me a liquid. I'm gonna use these two colors. Now this color is, ooh, I cannot read that. Ocean, something ocean. Vast Ocean. So this color is Vast Ocean. I think this color is so pretty. And this is liquid eyeliner by the company UCANBE, spelled all in one word, the letter U, can, and B. And then this color is, what's this color? I need to start bringing glasses with me. It's called Subtle Green. So these are the two liquids I'm gonna use from UCANBE. And then I'm gonna use, for like my dark, like the shaping of the effect I'm trying to go for, I'm gonna use, it looks like this company is called Classic Dream. I got this off of Amazon. So Classic Dream. It has 45 colors. I have not used any of the colors yet, but they did get good reviews, which is the reason why I bought it. And I think this palette was very inexpensive, which is I don't just want to get it because it's inexpensive. It has to have good reviews as well. But, so I'm gonna use one of these, like some of these in this right here. Like maybe this or this or this. I'll figure it out as I go along. You know how I like to blend, so most likely what I start out with is gonna look totally different when I finish because of all the blending and all that nonsense. Actually, wait a minute. You know what? I think I might, this is a Wet n Wild little mini palette that I got from Target, and it's called Wet n Wild Coloricon. I think I might use this as my base in the middle to sort of set everything up. So we're gonna go for this. It's Wet n Wild. The palette is called My Lucky Charm. So Wet n Wild, My Lucky Charm. I have not used it. I just bought it 2 or 3 days ago, along with some other little mini palettes that I thought were cute. Will go easy in, you know, in my flight attendant luggage, so I don't have to carry a whole lot of stuff. And still give me that variety that I like to have. So let's start with this. I got my mirror here. Okay, I'm just gonna start with it. It might be this might be too dark for me. I doubt it, but we'll see as it comes together. If it's not pigmented really well, I'm gonna abandon it and then start all over. So I do like a deep pigment. This does not seem to be like, I'm doing a lot of work to get like a nice color, so I'm gonna circle back and go with something else. So, tell you what, to keep it even, I guess I'll put it on the other side as well. It clearly is not really doing that much. This would probably be a good palette for blending, but it's definitely not a good palette for creating the color that I want, because it's not doing anything. So let me just abandon that. What's in there though? And let me try, so okay, so that color that I don't like is from the Wet n Wild palette. But for blending, this would be a good option, I can already tell. So let me see what I can get from this, the Classic Dream, this one. I'm gonna go for a darker. Okay, let me try, I'm gonna try out. Now remember, I want like a greenish, tealish kind of look. So I'm gonna start with this right here in the corner. It's almost like an olive, but you know what? No, wait a minute. Let me do this. Let me go with this one actually, which is more of like a teal color. So let me go with that one. And hopefully it gives me a nice, deep, rich color. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a lot darker, so that's good. So we'll keep going with that and see where it takes me. I don't know why they're not as deep as I like. Tell you what, the color, the palette that so far has never failed me is that Maybelline Soda Pop. And the Maybelline Soda Pop I didn't bring out because I wasn't gonna use any of the colors, but the Maybelline Soda Pop collection and this one, the Revolution Reloaded. The pigments are very, very nice. So basically, I'm not really that happy with this one either, but I'm just gonna go with it and see what I can do because I don't wanna start all over. So I'm gonna go into my Revolution. I'm gonna use this teal color right here. Let's see what can happen. Yeah, I can already see it darkening up. Oh yeah, see? Let's stick to what you know sometimes. But it's always nice to try something new, especially if you don't mind. If it doesn't work out, you just suck up a little bit of money. And you can still use it for other things like blending and stuff like that. But there's really no reason to need a lot of eyeshadows that blend. You know, you have your few colors. Oh yeah, see, now that did it. This really looks pretty. It's really coming along. And then when I put my foundation on, it'll clean a lot of this up. Okay, so it's coming along. Let me bring it up a little higher, and then I'm gonna blend up by my brow. Okay, so yeah, this is a nice little thing here. So I'm gonna go to my little black book, which always serves me well for kind of getting a little blend going. And all I want to do right now, I'm just gonna put it up in here. Try to clean this brush out a little bit. I'm like the type of girl that uses the same brush. And that's my, okay, so I'm gonna go with, you can see this one has been through some things. I think I've literally had this for about 5 years. Actually, maybe 6, I think I bought it in 2015. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this one in the corner, which is just like a little bronzy color. And I like to use that one because I'm dark. So, kind of gives me that hue, but not where it looks like pearl. If you're like have a white skin, the pearl will probably, a lighter color like a bright gold or champagne color, might even a pearl color actually would probably be better for you. But for me, I like a more of a bronzy color just because I am dark. That's the only reason why. Okay. Alright, so okay, so the foundation's gonna take care of a lot of that. See here? Okay. So it's coming along. I kind of look like a superhero. Okay, so now I'm gonna put my liquid in. Here we go. So I'm gonna put this, well actually I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna put this lighter one, and what did I say it was called again? It's by UCANBE. And it's like a set. It all comes together in like a set of 4 or 5, or 5 I think. So this is the UCANBE subtle green. So I'm gonna put this like on this side. And this is my first time using it. It's not my first time using the UCANBE. It's my first time using this particular color from UCANBE. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay. I like how this is actually coming about. Okay, that's really pretty. I really love liquid eyeliner. So if you're a flight attendant and you want to look beautiful and glamorous without spending all of this time, just go straight for the liquids. Liquids make sure it's a good quality liquid, because some liquids are more glittery than pigmented. So make sure it is a pigmented glitter, but you put that on real quick, it pops. It's beautiful. You are good to go very, very fast without having to do too much. You know, you just do your regular routine and then you do this. Looks like you just spent 2 hours putting your makeup on. Okay, and then this is the C one. Something to do with water. Good Lord, I cannot see. Vast Ocean. This is the Vast Ocean. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at how pretty this is. See that? This is beautiful. Very pigmented. Oh my goodness. This is a pretty color. Okay. I'm just gonna, I like to fan things out. So I'm gonna do that with this one. Just fan it out. Just give it a little drama. Yeah. This is so pretty. Okay. I'll do this side now. Gosh, this is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Put it on real quick, cause show you be done quick. Fan it out. So I used to only just stick to a few colors, and those colors were like usually metallic, and if I would go to like an actual color, it would typically be pink, and you know, it always did me well. Pink was always a good color for me because I'm so dark, so it would, you know, it would stand out. But since I've been experimenting with other colors, I pretty much just, oh my goodness, I just have so much fun with them. Let me go back to my teal here a little bit. Kind of get some of that out here. Kind of blend it a little bit. And I really like using all different colors. So even if you're darker skinned, maybe even especially if you're darker skinned, you can experiment with different colors, and they really do pop on us. I feel like the primer helps, you know, using the base and all that, because it sort of gives a nice something to, something to sort of, I guess, neutralize what you're working with, or lighten up what you're working with, so that colors can pop a little bit more. But okay, do just a little bit more of this, and it's gonna all come together. I'm not gonna look like, you know, like the bat, you know, like a superhero, because remember, I don't have any more. This is all the makeup that I have on right now. I'll put that all the way in. There we go. Do it for here too, put it all the way in. Okay. There we go. Make it even. If each side is not exact, that's okay, just have it close enough. Okay. So what's been going on in the world of flight attendant, in the world of aviation lately? I have no idea. One thing I do know is I will wear you a mask, because don't nobody get around the way flight crew get around. And I've been exposed like 3 times in the past month, so I do highly recommend, because you don't know who's been in contact with flight crew. You don't know who you've been in contact that could be flight crew. Make sure you are being safe out there. Wear your mask, because we all need to try and stop this spread. this is it for now. It's gonna come together. I'm gonna put on the rest of my makeup. I'm not gonna look like Robin from Batman or The Incredibles. Whoever it is I'm looking like right now. So in my previous video, I mentioned how I'm trying to get something going called Makeup and Mask Up. So you still can look beautiful and fabulous. Just make up this high and wear your mask, make it fun, make it beautiful. Okay, I'm going to put my foundation on first and then I'm gonna do my brows. So, okay, so I put this away. So I'm gonna start with this that I usually like to use first on my base, which is this beautiful, it's the Covergirl Trublend Minerals. It's in the color Deep. So I like to start with as dark, you know, a nice dark base, because then when I start putting my concealers and highlighters and all that on, it sort of brightens things up. But I want the base, because I'm a dark, you know, I'm a dark person, so I'm not necessarily trying to lighten how I look, but I do want some areas to look bright. So I'm gonna start with my Deep. I'm gonna put it all over. I already put my primer on, so I don't have to do that right now. What you hear in the background is my husband. It's okay, you don't have to tiptoe. He's tiptoeing now. Doesn't have to. There's not really anything going on except for this, and I'm sure you're probably just more interested in what you see than what you hear. He even shut the door. Oh, he about to go work out. He went into our little gym. Get a little workout in. That's what I need to do too, so that people can stop asking me if I'm pregnant. I just have a health issue that I'm trying to get resolved. Because even when you gain weight, you shouldn't look like you're pregnant unless you're actually pregnant. And I look like I'm pregnant. And I don't want that. Who does? And that part is not a gaining weight issue. There's something going on in my gut. I take medicine, but it hasn't worked so far. Okay, so it's a little darker than my neck, but it's okay because this part is gonna get all, you know, highlighted and concealed and all that good stuff. So, you know, I really like the color of this eyeshadow. Oh my goodness, it turned out so pretty. Okay, that's good enough for now. So I'm going to put some of this on. Now, typically I use my fingers. I think it might be a little bit better if I use a Q-tip this time. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, or it's just a foundation that I'm using as a concealer. You can use a concealer. I think the foundations might be a little bit, okay. How do I do this? I think foundations might be a little watery than concealers, but I think if you use a Q-tip, you know, you're not using more than what you need to use. So I'm gonna start doing this. Now fan it out under my eyes where it's puffy. And then do the little, I call it the little angel wings. Just like that. You know, I like using the Q-tip. I don't know why I didn't use it sooner. Because I'm not using more product than I need to use, so therefore I'm not wasting. And you know I'm all about saving money or getting the best bang for your buck, and part of that is getting the most use out of your product to where you're not wasting money. Okay, let's do this side. My husband is really good about working out. He's not as crazy as he used to be, where he was like lifting weights all, you know, just doing the most. But he's been doing yoga, because you know, when you get to a certain age, you gotta be careful for your joints. And he's been doing yoga pretty much every day. It has so many wonderful benefits. I need to start doing it. I was doing it for a while. But it has mental health benefits. It has, of course, just physical benefits and overall well-being. I really need to start doing it because, you know, I have issues with anxiety. For the most part, I don't have issues with depression. My thing is anxiety. And where sometimes my brain can get away from me, and I do take medicine, and that does help. I don't have to take as much medicine as I used to take because I've, you know, a lot of the culprits, I've learned to cut that out. See, the thing about the way we think, if you grew up in a household or in an environment where you think a certain way, you think that's just normal. And let's say you grew up thinking in a certain pattern because that's how you think, that's how your mom thinks, that's how your siblings think, that's just how people think in your environment. And then later on in life, you find out due to all kinds of reasons that pattern of thinking is anxiety inducing. Now you know, whereas before you didn't even question it. And that was the case with me. One of those things was the what if thinking. What if this, what if that? Well, the next thing you know, you're down the what if rabbit hole. And so I learned through, you know, like group sessions and all this stuff, that what if thinking is anxiety inducing. And I was like, oh my gosh, when I learned that, for me, that was like a moment where I was just like, oh my God, I've done this my whole life and had no idea that that was part of the problem. How would I have known? Everyone that, you know, that's probably the environment I came out of, where you what if things. So just knowing that the what if thinking is anxiety inducing helped me, because when I started going into that pattern, I knew instantly, I need to stop this, you know. I'm in too deep with the what if. And you can substitute, like, what if this, so what? What if this, so what? Now, unless the what ifs are, you know, a matter of life or death. Okay, so my husband's an engineer, and when there's, I don't know, I'm not an engineer, he is, but he explained to me that it's like when they get into whatever it is, I don't know if it's the problem solving or what they call it, it's whatever engineers do. They go in 5 deep. So what if this, boom, what if that, boom, like 5 times. But, you know, they're designing things that if it's not done properly, it can literally cause a person to die. That's typically not the case in most of our lives. So if I'm what if something, I'm just doing the most, you know, because it's like, if I, you know, if my what if happened, it's not gonna cause any damage. And it'll be something that's like, oh, this happened, okay. What can we do to, you know, lives will not be lost. So, okay, y'all, how y'all like how this turned out? Oh, like, I can't, like, I have lights in my eyes right now, so I can't see what you're saying, but me looking in the mirror, oh my gosh, y'all, this is so pretty. Okay, so I got my concealer on. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the exact same thing, except I'm gonna do the contouring. So it's the exact same product. It's the Maybelline Fit Me. But you can see it's in a dark color. It might be in the same color. Okay, this is an espresso, so I'm not sure what's deeper this, what's darker this. Oh, I think the espresso was actually darker than the deep. So I'm gonna use this as, it's a foundation, but I am going to use it as a concealer, and I'm gonna use my Q-tip, another Q-tip. The Q-tip did so good for me just now. I'm gonna use it for contouring because I think, well, you see, I can be, you know, when I use my fingers, sometimes I get in areas that I don't need to be. So by using the Q-tip, I can get a little bit more exact. And that's what I'm going for. Okay, so I did that. Let me, before I move on, I'm going to, where's my fan brush at? Okay, here it is. I'm gonna use my fan brush and just sort of make it out. Bless you. That was my husband sneezing. He's such a good, supportive husband. He was helping me do this today, get my light right. And then, so I put the bronzer on over this. So right now, like you can still see it. I don't want any harsh lines. That's what I'm trying not to have, or harsh lines. But I also don't want it to go away, because when I put my bronzer on, I want you to see the variation, so that I want to have that sculpted look. Okay, so now we're gonna come right here. I don't know why I didn't use the Q-tip sooner. It's much better than me using my fingers. Okay. Now I'll do it right below my jawline. Oh, I kind of got a little too much right there, so let me wait. Oh shit, I messed it up. I just cussed, y'all, I'm sorry. That's okay, I'll go, let me sort of clean that up. And I'll go in with my little stick. So it's okay. I mean, if it doesn't go on perfect, it's just makeup. You know, there's things you can do to fix it. Like, it's not the end of the world, not even a little bit. Okay, so I want that. Okay, did I do it? Too much right there, but that's okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put some up here too, to sort of like give that look, like almost like a heart shape. A heart shape is a really pleasing look. So you can do this, like if you have more of that, like I can even go in to literally make a heart. Whatever, you're the artist, so you do whatever you like. Okay, so my husband's in there just, he got the sounds on and all that stuff, but that's okay. I'm so grateful he's really been so supportive with what I'm doing, even though right now I'm just an amateur. I don't have any fancy equipment, but okay, so now I'm gonna fan this. But I do, you know, at least I'm finally trying to get the lighting right, and then I'm gonna figure out how to edit properly. So if you're watching this, you're really just watching it for the content, because you're definitely not watching it for the quality, and I am very grateful. I really appreciate it. I'm working on it though, y'all. I'm working on this, trying to get something nice. Okay, got my heart shape going on. One of these days. Rome was not built in a day, or even a week. But Rome was built, and people were there all along while it was being built. So if you're watching this, I'm grateful. If you like what you're seeing, I would be so grateful if you would subscribe. I would also be so grateful if you would like this video and hit the notification bell. It will help me out as I try and grow my channel. The purpose would be, the benefit will be, well, for anyone who wants to know what it's like to be a flight attendant or even to get into the industry, you're gonna get tips for that. You're gonna get the makeup tips. I'm gonna do some product reviews that mostly, well, of course for makeup, like as I'm going along, I'm reviewing the makeup, but also for travel. So like for flight attendants or flight crew, that I believe is either helpful or is a waste of money and time. So you will get all of that. Okay. So I'm just blending this in. Now what I usually do is I go over this first with, where is it? Anyhow, I have, here it is. With this Maybelline Fit Me, I usually go over this first before I put my bronzer on, but I don't, you know, since I use my Q-tips and this little fan brush, I feel like it's blended pretty well to where I literally believe I can just go over it with my bronzer and that will be enough. And this is good because now, once again, you're not wasting product that you don't need to waste. Let me rub this in a little bit more. Trying to have a little bit of a sculpted nose. Okay, so I like how this is looking. I do not feel the need to do this. Now what I will do though, before I do my bronzers, I'm gonna use a little bit of this MAC setting powder. So it's called MAC Fix. It's by the company MAC. I really like this product. And the color is NW35, so Nancy Watermelon 35. So I'm just gonna use this powder. This powder brush came from something. It's really cheap, but for this, I like it. I do like it for this setting powder. And I'm just gonna go under my eye and up here. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. Because I do have an issue sometimes with my eyes looking puffier than I want them to look. I don't know, well, why would I want a puffy eye, period? And that's it. Just gonna do that. And then I'm gonna use my little stick, my little contouring stick, just to go in the middle again. Because remember, I did my contouring on the outside, so do like that. And then I'm gonna just do like a little bit. This thing is just where you know, where you would think of like the light hitting it, and it has a little bit of iridescence in it, so it really will capture the light and give a nice little like gleam. So this is my Maybelline Strobing stick. Maybelline Strobing stick, that's all it is. And I'm going to okay, I think this works. This is a loose powder brush that I use for my bronzer. I'm just using it for that because I don't want it, I'm not trying to blend it. I want that sparkle. Let me sparkle. Okay. So let me just get it like this. I don't want to mess up my contouring. Okay. Still got my contouring going on, which is what I want. All right. Y'all, these eyes are on point. Okay, now I'm gonna work on my lashes. No, sorry, I'm gonna do my brows first. And then, so for my brows, I use this, it's almost like a wax. It's called it's by Maybelline, of course. Most of my stuff really is Maybelline. I really have a thing for Maybelline. Maybelline has served me well. So, this is Maybelline Tattoo Studio for your brows. I do like this color. If you saw my first and second video, you would know I thought this was too light at first, but I actually love it. I love this color. So this is Maybelline Tattoo Studio. It's called Brow Pomade 376. I really like it. So and it comes with this actually. Like one side is where it's the applicator, the other side is the spoolie. I like it. Let me just brush these bad boys out with the spoolie. Now let's do it. Okay. He's in there, my husband's in there. I don't know if you can hear him or not. I can hear them, so I'm assuming you can hear him. But he's in there doing the recumbent bite. Let me tell you what, I love this recumbent bite. Now, typically when you see someone do the recumbent bite, they're like 90 years old. So, funny story, when I used to go to, what did I used to go to? The purple, what's it called? Planet Fitness. My machine of choice was the recumbent bite. So the recumbent bite is the one that you sit on and you put your feet, you know, you like lean back. It's like you're on a lounge chair, but you're cycling and you really burn a lot of calories. So it would be me and all the retirees. Everybody else is on the elliptical or the treadmill. I was with the people who just got out of surgery because that was all their doctor would let them do. That was me. I'm that girl that was with them because even though I was really working out and getting my heart pumped up, I was still kind of relaxed. Like I was in a relaxed stance. So for me, it was perfect because I got to get in a good cardio. Because I mean, I was really getting up there. I was getting up to really high levels. So, you know, a level is a level. It doesn't matter what the machine is. So I was getting up to these high levels. And I'm watching TV because, you know, I think, did they have the TVs connected to them? Yeah, they were the Life Fitness machines. So I think that's how it was. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've belonged to the gym. Because I have my own little gym now. Which is the recumbent bike. And we call it the twerk machine. But it's that bike, what's it called? It's that machine that vibrates. You just step on it, you just stand on it. And it sort of twerks you. I like that machine. I got that idea because at Planet Fitness, they have what's called the Angel machine where you can go in and just vibrate. And it's supposed to assist in burning extra calories. You know, if y'all trying to get ready on the go, on the fly real fast, this is not it. Unless y'all better than me. This does take me a minute to do. Actually, for some reason today, this does look a little lighter. Like where my hair is, it doesn't look lighter, but when I get to the part that I'm trying to fill in, it is a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna have to add, I don't know, like maybe like some powder or something to sort of darken it up. Or how does it look? Let me see. Yeah, you know, it might be fine. Yeah, I'm really so digging this. How this, so pretty. This is gonna be one that I don't wanna take off. I'm gonna like go to sleep with my face just doing the most, you know. You know, and I think I'm gonna leave my eyebrows like this. I think it's good enough. Sometimes good enough is good enough. I don't wanna do too much. Okay, so now let me do my bronzer just to get that little glow that I like. I'm just gonna put it in select places, you know, because I don't wanna cover up my concealer. Right there. Or I'm sorry, I don't wanna cover up my contouring. I think that's very pretty. Okay. Oh, good. It did what I thought it was going to do. Okay, perfect. So it's not covering it up. Still kind of blending it out. So I still got that contoured look. And that was the Wet n Wild. It's called Coloricon bronzer. I'm using the color Palm Peach Ready. So, oh no, Palm Beach. Palm Beach Ready. Okay. Now let me get my blush. So remember, I don't know that you can buy this anymore. You can probably see if you can find it on eBay, but I told the story on my last video how I started buying this. It's by Mary Kay. It's in, it's called Brick. Back in 2004, and then they discontinued it, I believe, in 2010. It was either in 2009, 2010. Anyhow, over 10 years ago. And as soon as I found out, I went right on eBay and ordered like 10 of them. And I'm still working from that 10. So I'm gonna put this where I put So I don't think you can get this, but when I say this thing lasts forever, I think that buying 10 was more than a lifetime worth. You know what? I think I'm gonna do with my eyes, just to make it a little bit more interesting. I think I'm gonna put a little something here in the middle, just to give it instead of a two-tone look, to sort of give it just a little bit more interest. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna use, what color do I wanna use? I do kind of want to use a glittery color, so what am I using now? Let me see here. Maybe I'll go, I'm just gonna do gold. I think gold would probably be my best option. So I'm gonna go with this one. It's from the Revolution. Just gonna put it in this little crease, just to make it that's all I'm gonna do right here. A little bit interesting. You know what? This is actually perfect because it doesn't really look like I'm doing anything. So there we go. It just looks like I blended it. That's all it does. That's all it looks like, and that's all I wanted it to do anyhow, so. Okay, I put my blush on. So yeah, I don't think you can get this color. It's an old Mary Kay color, unless you go on eBay and someone bought up like 100,000 of them. So when I say these things last forever, they really last forever. So if someone bought a lot of them, they probably still got them. Okay, so now there's the last thing for me to do is my lashes. And instead of, because I like how this blue or this teal is winged out, I don't want to ruin that. So I'm just going to put just enough on to use this MAC so that my eyelashes can stick, instead of using the eyeliner to wing out. I'm just gonna let it be the eyeshadow. Today the eyeshadow is the star, as usual. With us wearing these masks, the eyeshadow should be the star because we don't want to be spreading anything. And these are magnetic lashes that I just get from off of Amazon. It's the magnetic liner. So it's the whole kit. It's not expensive. You get it for under $20. It'll come with several different lashes. And I use 2 coats of lash. Of liner. When I used to just use 1, my lashes didn't stick that well. Now this is so pretty. I am not gonna want to take this off. After a while, you'll find it with the magnetic liner. It gums up. That's your clue that it's time to get another one, which I have. I'm just, if there's one thing, listen to my channel, you probably figured out, I'm too cheap for my own good. So I just need to use every single drop of this, gummy or not gummy, but So I don't even feel like I need to let this dry. It's so gummy. It's pretty much dry as soon as you put it on. So, where did my other one go? Oh, here it is. So I'm just gonna put this other one just directly on it. But y'all, I love how this is looking. And you can see my hair is short and gray. And this all looks nice with, in my opinion, with my short gray hair. So if you're not one to wear wigs, which I am gonna put a wig on, but if you are not one to wear wigs and you just go au naturel, this look looks, it's just gonna have you popping. So when I put this on, I try to make sure I put it on my lashes as well as my lid, so that it's not just, so it's not on top of my lid. Because that's what will happen. If you just put it on your lid, your lashes are gonna be on top of your lid. I really don't understand why I haven't, or maybe because I haven't looked for, but why I haven't seen a magnetic eye mascara, because that's what you want it to stick to, right? Who wants their lashes just directly on top of their lid? I know I don't, although it happens sometimes. I am using two different brands, by the way. One is by Amamba. It's A-M-A-M-B-A, Amamba. It's on Amazon. And then this one is Cuckoo. C-U-C-K-O-O. Also on Amazon. The lashes, which I like to buy, I've been buying for a while now, is called Ari Shine, A-R-I-S-H-I-N-E, Shine, also on Amazon. And when you buy the lashes, the eyeliner will come with it. So you don't have to buy it separate. I just buy it separate just so I can have an extra liner. So I buy it with the liner, and then I also buy more liner separate. I think it's all the same. If it's magnetic, most likely it's the same, you know. But in my experience, I've always had to use two coats. I've never been able to get away with one coat. Now, Glamnetics, that's like a real popular brand. It's expensive, so that's why I don't buy it. But you may not have to wear two coats. And you can get, I think you can get Glamnetics on Amazon. I'm not 100% sure, but my friend who told me about these magnetic lashes told me about Glamnetics, went, saw the price, and was like, oh no, mama, don't do that. So I just went to Amazon, Googled something, found something cheaper, and I've been wearing them ever since, and they work. I haven't lost an eye. Or had a negative reaction, so for me, that's fine. I'm not a brand snob. There are certain brands that I like, but I'm not a snob with them. But there are certain brands that I like for some things. I like good quality and good price. Because I don't want to be bragging about how much I paid for something. I want to brag that I got a good quality for a good deal. So I shop consignment stores, for clothing and purses and shoes. I shop, Salvation Army is my favorite. I just love the Salvation Army for several reasons. You're serving a good cause, and then you're getting, especially if you go to the good neighborhoods, you're getting good products and good clothing and shoes and whatnot for a good price. So I've gotten Jimmy Choo's, I've gotten Prada. I have nice things. I just don't want to brag that I spent a lot of money for them. I don't mind you thinking I spent a lot of money for them. But that's as far as we're going with that. Okay. So I put these on, I cut them, and so I do two. Like I do the inward, and then I go to the outward. And I try to match them up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So these are my lashes. These are the Ari Shine, A-R-I-S-H-I-N-E. Oh, honey, this looks so good. Yeah, I like how this turned out. So this is the Ari Shine, and it's magnetic. Now, what would be the benefit of using magnetic over just eye glue, like, you know, just a regular strip glue? You know, that's a good question, but I will say this. I find it easier to put magnetic lashes on than strip glue. Don't ask me why. It's just the way it is. For me, anyhow. Oh, by the way, this I highly recommend when you buy a magnetic lash thing. It comes with these, which you don't have to worry about them poking in your eye like you do tweezers and all that. You know, I highly recommend not putting sharp objects near your eyes, such as tweezers. You know, we've been doing that for centuries and didn't figure out that's not a good idea. It's time to figure it out. Okay, so I got one on. Okay, I can finish this with my. Okay, there we go. Now I'll do the next one. So I cut it, put this little one into the corners. Don't forget to stay tuned because I'm gonna critique three items that are common for flight attendants to use, and I've used them. Is it worth it? Is it not? And is it a good idea for people who are non-flight attendants to use them too if you travel a lot? So we're gonna get to that. It's gonna be fun. One is the Hot Logic. If you don't know what that is, y'all need to know what that is. Google it, Hot Logic. It was invented by a flight attendant. The other is my suitcase, the e-bag. And then the other is a 3-in-1 fan, phone charger, and flashlight. Do that after I can always do one eye easier than the other, y'all. I'll come right back. Let me just get this on so I'm not wasting your time. Where is my little... I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I got the final look. So, what do you think? At least it's the final look without clothes and hair and jewelry. So, I'm gonna go put on some clothes, put on my hair, and then I'm gonna critique the 3 items that I told you about. So, I'll be right back. Hello, my friends. This is Alisani Brazil here, the flight attendant, and welcome back to my channel. You just saw me do a get ready with me video where I did this bluish teal look. And before I got off, put on a nice little sexy little shirt and some earrings. I went ahead and also added a red lip, whereas I left you with just a plain lip. I didn't even have any Vaseline on it, just a plain lip. But I love me a red lip, so I thought, you know what? This part of the segment is going to be me critiquing 3 products that flight attendants like to use, and yes, this light works well. Let's get into it. So the first thing that I am going to critique, it is this. Turn the light around. It is this, it's a 3-in-1. Okay, let me go ahead and open it up because my lights are bright right now. And this looks like it's like I have a, you know, an orb in my hand, but I don't. So this is a 3-in-1. And what it's supposed to do, it's supposed to be a fan. You can see it going, it has 2 settings. It's supposed to be a charger, which you can charge your phone right in this port, and it's also a flashlight. So, can you see the light? Boom, flashlight. So, what are some of the things I like about this? Yep, you can see it's a flashlight. What are some of the things I like about this? There are several things I like about this. Number 1, you can stand it up. So you can stand it up as if this was a table. It's my hand, but can you see? I just have it standing up. So therefore, you don't have to hold it. I'm not holding it. You can see that. It's giving off a lot of air. I wish you can know just how cool the air is, because you know sometimes when things are like a hand fan, when you're in really hot weather, it's just circulating hot weather or hot air. Well, this actually circulates cold air, even when it's hot outside, for the most part. So I really like it for that. I also like the fact that I can use it to charge my phone, because most battery packs, at least most of the ones that I've bought, are heavy. In fact, I have one that actually feels like a brick. It's way too heavy. Had I known it was that heavy, I would not have bought it, but I bought it. You know, I still use it, but it's way too heavy. This is very light. I mean, I can hold it on my wrist, and it's very light, and I have something that I can, you know, it's an all-in-one. The one con about this as a charger is you do not want to charge your tablet with it. You want to use it just for your phone. So if you charge your tablet with it, it's going to drain it very, very quickly. Now, from my experience, when the charging part of it is drained, you can still use the fan. So that gives you a little bit of some relief, but I don't know how much longer you'll be able to use the fan. So I say just use it as a phone charger. Using it as a tablet, this is not for that purpose. The flashlight, I do like the flashlight, but in my opinion, it's not as bright as I wish it was. However, if you're in the pinch, like you drop your keys or something in your car next to your seat and you're in a pinch, this works perfectly for that. So overall, I give this a thumbs up. And I use it. I actually use it when I'm working every single day, especially now in the summertime. So the brand is called Jisoo Life. It's spelled Jisule Life. Or you can just look up the 3-in-1 fan. It looks like a little bear too. It's really cute. Now this is pink. I don't know if that's coming across that this is pink, but it comes in black and other colors too if you don't want pink. So this is definitely a buy for me. It's only like $13 on Amazon. Okay, so now we're gonna go to my next item. Okay, so my next item, y'all, I'm over here dropping things. Okay, so now we're gonna go for the next item. So the next item is a Hot Logic. Now, if you already have one, most likely you have it in black. I bought mine in this paisley pattern because everyone that I know that has it in black, and I don't want to mix mine up with someone else. So I bought mine in this paisley color. Now, what is the Hot Logic? Now, first of all, the Hot Logic was invented by a flight attendant. Y'all, we flight attendants kind of be a little bit brilliant sometimes. The Hot Logic was invented by a flight attendant for the purpose of always having a heating source to heat up food. And if you're already a flight attendant, you know why that's important. If you're not, you may not get it. You know, you're like, oh, why do you always, you know, don't you have microwaves in your hotel rooms or things like that? And the answer is no. In fact, I usually don't have a microwave in my hotel room. And if I want to heat up food, I have to take it downstairs, either to like the gift shop, or it's really annoying because I don't always want to go downstairs to heat up food. In fact, I never want to go downstairs to heat up food. So this Hot Logic is basically a hot plate. You can see it's a hot plate inside of this, like, what is this called? You know, like a thermal type case. And when I say this has revolutionized my life as a flight attendant, I am not exaggerating. It came with this little plastic thing. This plastic thing is really cheap, but I still have it. You know, if something happens to it, that's okay. You can put anything on this hot plate because it only gets hot to a certain point. However, it heats your food up hot. So in other words, it doesn't warm up your food. It actually heats up your food. So I guess you could think of it as it kind of works like how a crock pot would work. Now, you can either put food directly in this and then set it in here, close it up. It has a power cord. It's only one setting. It has a power cord, and you just use this, or get this. You can actually use a Ziploc bag. So say you prepared a meal at home, or meals for the amount of days that you're gonna be on the road. You can set a Ziploc bag directly on this. Just make sure the Ziploc bag doesn't leak. Because if the Ziploc bag leaks, you're gonna have a mess on your hand. Now this is easy to clean up. I had a small leakage and was able to clean it up with no issue. But you know, you wanna save yourself time. So I would say if you're gonna use the Ziploc bag, make sure it's the kind that actually zips and not the kind that just snaps all the way, because it may leak. Now, how do I use it? So what I typically do now, with the airline that I work for, our trips are in either AM trips or PM trips, and I work PM trips. So when I get into my room, I'm not necessarily ready to eat that late at night. Sometimes I am. But what you can do, as soon as you get into your room, plug this up and just put your food in it. You will have a hot meal, depending on what it is and how frozen it is, within like 30 minutes, 45 minutes tops. And it will be hot. Now, what I do is I use mine in the daytime. So because I work PM trips, when I wake up in the morning, and by morning I mean noon, I already have my Hot Logic set up next to a heat source. So don't keep it plugged up all night because it's gonna be hot all night. Just plug it up when you need it. So what I do is I plug it up. I put my food just directly in it because my food is already ready to go, because typically it's in a Ziploc bag. And I just let it sit there until it's time for me till I'm ready to eat it. When I say that my whole hotel room smells so fragrant with whatever meal that I'm cooking, I mean, it's like how Thanksgiving dinner is, how you've been preparing your meal all day long, and then you have that fragrant smell just all throughout the house. It just makes your mouth water. It makes your guests want to just sink into whatever you were cooking. That's the fact that this has. You guys, I love it. And it is so lightweight. It's not heavy. I actually just put it in my food bag. So I don't put it in my suitcase. Somebody put it in their suitcase. I just put it directly in my food bag because you can store things in it. So I have this in it just in case I happen to have food that I bought and need a container to put it in. But But what I do is I use this as a little bit of storage in my food bag. So I put at least 1 or 2 meals in here so that you know, I don't have empty space. And then I just close it up, just like what I'm doing right now. Close it up. It's in my food bag, and then I put everything else around it and on top of it. It is not heavy at all. It is so lightweight. If you are a flight attendant, want to save money by not eating out all the time, I highly recommend this. And in fact, I will tell you, I like, even when I have a microwave, I prefer my Hot Logic, because a microwave gives food, in my opinion, a certain taste that doesn't taste like a nice fresh cooked meal. This does not. So when you eat food out of this, it tastes like a fresh cooked meal. I'm gonna tell you what I typically do most of the time, because although when I used to prepare my meals, I used to like make salmon and green beans and all this fancy stuff. I don't have time for that anymore. I am tired. I'm gonna tell you what I do. I'm gonna show you what I do, and then I'll be right back. Okay. Amy's. Amy's is my friend. Or any type of prepared meals. I use Amy's because I don't eat meat, and she has a lot of vegetarian options. But you know, if you eat meat, it doesn't matter. Any type of prepared meal will be just fine. And I'll tell you what I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this. I do not pack this in the box. It takes up way too much space, especially if you have multiple meals. So what I do is I either keep it like this in this plastic, because you could, so you could take this out of the plastic and cook it directly on the plate, or if you don't want leakage, you can actually keep it in the plastic. It's not gonna burn the plastic. So you can put this directly on the hot plate and it's fine. Now, another thing that you can do to save even more space in your bag is just either vacuum pack this with a food saver, so just take it out and vacuum pack it, or put it in a Ziploc bag. Make sure the Ziploc bag actually zips, because if it doesn't, once again, you're gonna have a leakage issue when this thaws. So nobody wants things leaking in their food bag. So anyhow, this is what I do. So I usually pack about six meals. I'm able to get 6 meals in my food bag. Sometimes I eat 2 a day. It's not necessarily 1 per day, but you know, you'll go with it. But this, my friends, let me actually show you how this can go directly in here. Although you can probably figure it out, but I'm just gonna show you. Those of you who are not in the airline industry, take notes, because you can do this yourself. So, okay. So this, you can see, can go right in here. It'll go better if it's in a Ziploc bag. And then, you know, just put this on top. It doesn't have to close. It really doesn't matter. It's sealed to where it's not gonna leak. And then you just zip it up. So so therefore you don't have any empty space in your food bag. Utilize everything so you can get as much into your food bag as possible. All right, so the Hot Logic, you can buy it on Amazon for about $40. They come in all different colors and also sizes. This is the smallest size. I don't need a size, you know, for what I do. I don't need a size bigger than this. I can't, you know, you don't have to do the most, you know. Remember, if you're a flight attendant, or if you plan on being a flight attendant, or if you're just starting to do food meals, to do meals on the road, you want to save space, because you want to have enough space to fit as much food in there as possible. That's money saved, and money saved is money saved, because eating out on the road, not only is it not always healthy, it is expensive. And with this pandemic right now that we're in, a lot of times, depending on what time you get into the hotel, there's nothing even open. There's no food options available. So this is your friend. Okay, so we just went over the Hot Logic. Now we're gonna go over the suitcase that I love. Now this is a new one. This is not the one that I'm currently using, because the one that I'm currently using has stuff in it, and I'm not taking everything out because I can show you right now. Okay. So this is called the eBags Motherload. Now there's a Motherload book bag and then there's the Motherload suitcase. When I say, and if you're not flight crew where you have to carry black, they do come in other colors, but if you're flight crew, you have to carry black. That's just the way it is across the board. So this does not look like it's all that big. Looks are deceiving. Now, I'm gonna already tell you, I highly recommend this bag. So I'm gonna tell you that up front, but now I'm gonna tell you why. So I went through a phase. Okay, actually I'll start with this. When I first became a flight attendant, the luggage that was provided by the company, and when I say provided, the company didn't give it to us. It's the option that the company gave us, and we just paid them back out of our paycheck every month until it's paid back, like $25 a paycheck. That was the travel program. When I say that suitcase started giving me problems within 6 months, I mean it. That suitcase started giving me problems. The back zipper broke. It was the handle was sticking. It was just, y'all, it was not a travel pro. It was a travel pro that's not for travel pros. If you know what I mean. So then I'm like, so what am I gonna use, right? So I went through a phase where I'm like, okay, I can use the, the spinners. So I was using the spinners because in my mind, you can just push. I thought they looked, pretty chic, and, I thought, okay, this would be a good fit for me. They expand nicely, so I can fit a lot of stuff in. Okay, they do expand nicely. That is true. The spinners were a pain in the butt for me. And I'll tell you why. Number one, a lot of airports have carpet. And I never did end up, and I went through spinners. I never found a spinner that did well on carpet. So, which means I always had to lean it, and that was hurting my shoulders. Another thing about the spinner that I don't like is that on the spinner, they're not intended for luggage to hang down. So like for instance, your food bag. It's intended for the luggage, for your extra luggage to go on top of the bag. So basically what that means is that you have a lot of weight on the handle of the suitcase, but you also have a lot of weight on your shoulder, because now you're pulling it you're like pulling your shoulder. So I was having a lot of issues with my shoulder. So the proper way that's both, I don't know if ergonomics is the right term, but maybe anatomical, that might be the better term, I don't know. But the best way, and I'm telling you this as a flight attendant, the best way to carry luggage is one that leans, where you can have a hook or something where your extra bag is like on this, is like hanging like on the bottom of your bag, like in front of the bag. So in other words, like you'll have a hook, and then your other bag is hanging like down here. And the reason why is because when you lean it, you don't feel anything, because like everything is in balance, like the laws of gravity and everything else is all in tune, to where when you lean it, you don't even feel like anything else is on your bag. Now, if you're just carrying laptop bags, and if you don't travel that much, this doesn't really pertain to you. It doesn't really matter, because you don't travel that much anyhow, and your extra bag is something light, like a light purse or a laptop bag. But if you travel a lot, or if you're flight crew, you want that balance. You want to be able to tilt the bag and then have your extra bags being able to hang off the side to take the weight off of your shoulder, your back, and off of the handle of your suitcase. In comes the eBay Motherload. So if you look at the eBay Motherload, you got it's like a hybrid. Like you got the hardness of the spinner, so you can hear how hard that is, and then up here it's all soft. And then it's a two-wheeler that leans. So you got the best of both worlds. Now, what you also have is a lot of space, because from the outside right now, it doesn't look like this is giving off a lot of space. But when you open it, as I'm doing right now, you have all the space in here, which I use. This is where I have the eBay pods. So like the eBay individual pods, I have one that's big where I put my clothes and stuff like that. I like that, it just makes things easy instead of things just being thrown all up in here. So you have this section. There's even these, which I don't use, but you may use them, I don't know, but I don't use these. I think there might be like spokes or something to keep it more firm, but I haven't found a use for them. So you have that section right there. Let me zip it back up. And then you have little compartments. So I put like medicine and vitamins. When you are flight crew and you are on the road, you're gonna most likely be carrying an apothecary with you because when you are in the air and something goes on with like, as far as like pain or headache or, you know, sinuses or something like that, there's no store you can run to real quick, honey. You are up 36,000 miles into the air. You want that with you. So I put medicine in here, and then stuff that I would use more often, I just put in my food bag because it's more accessible on the airplane. All right, so let me close this so I can tell you how wide this expands. And you'll only see it when you start putting things in here. So this bottom part right here, as you can see, it looks pretty light. It doesn't look like it's very deep, but here is a zipper. So it expands. So let me close this. If you don't watch any other video, I think this video has given you so much content to make your life easy as flight crew that, other than brands of shoes, and I can include that too, this will probably be your best video. I've been doing this for 8.5 years. I have not been doing this, you know, many of my colleagues have been doing this for over 20 years, but 8.5 years is plenty of time to know some stuff. In fact, 2 years is plenty of time to know some stuff. So combine that with the fact I'm getting older and going through menopause, everything that I just showed you, just, you know, if you want to thank me, go ahead and like this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I really would appreciate that as I'm trying to build my channel. I would be very grateful. Okay, so I got this, okay, so I just expanded it to where you can see how much more. Can you see that? You can, okay, so you can see how much more space. This probably gives you about another 2 inches of space. 2 inches is a lot. So this gives you about another 2 inches of space, just expanding it if you need to. So for instance, if you do like me, I'm a commuter. So I live in Florida. I'm based in Baltimore, Washington. So sometimes to make my life easier as a commuter, I block my trips together, where there's been times where I've actually been out for 2 weeks. Having this expandable feature where I could put more stuff in there has really, really helped me a lot. So, well. So this is the e-bags. Now you can get it on, you can either go to ebags.com, I think, and get it directly from their website, or you can get it on eBay. Make sure, my advice is to make sure you have a coupon so that you can get it for under $100. So I think typically these cost about $180 or $150. For good luggage, that's a great deal. However, might as well get you a better deal. So make sure you either have a coupon, or you get it with, you know, some type of coupon or a bundle. So what I did was I had a coupon, And on top of that, I did a bundle so where I was able to get 50% off. I bundled it with something that was like $8. What was it? It was like bag tags. So you don't have to. You don't have to get the equal value. Just get something like some bundle, and it might prompt you to do that. So I just ordered it with some bag tags. The bag tags were probably $8, but I was able to get now my whole bill for $50 or 50% less. So there you go, save a little bit of money and get a good quality product as well. So my friends, I hope that I gave you some good content. If you're watching this along with the video where I did my makeup, I hope you enjoyed the finished product and might try some of the products and do it yourself. But thank you for watching this video. I will come back with more content, with more critiques, things that will make your life better as flight crew and as a traveler in general. And I will see you later. Bye. All right, my friends, I forgot to add about the e-bags. I forgot to add how durable it is. I believe I bought my e-bags about 1.5 years ago, 1.5 years ago, and nothing has gone wrong with it so far, which is the reason why my new one is still new, because I'm still working on my old one. So, bye for real this time.